super quick video as far as just discussing hardest things for us, some type of gear that we like or accessories, and what we do during our free time, especially during COVID.
Yeah.
Happy 2 months, Kiran Rey! Woo!
Go to sleep.
Yeah?
So the hardest thing I think for myself, especially during the pandemic, just to staying indoors, it can kind of get you bat crazy. You think that you're going to be preoccupied with the baby, which you are, but then all of a sudden, like, you feel like you lose track of time, the days, everything kind of like gets meshed into, I feel like it's Sunday all the time.
Well, the hardest thing is basically finding sleep. In the very, very beginning, we were in is it every hour, every 2 hour schedule, feeding schedule?
Like whatever she wanted to do. Like it could be 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours.
Yeah, so
depends.
basically being able to find sleep and getting used to that, which was essentially, I think for what I remember was about every hour. So obviously going into the night, that was probably the hardest thing. It's just being awake, or rather knowing that you have to wake up when she's feeding. The initial schedule that we had established in the very, very beginning was 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. was her shift.
Which was, by the way, the hardest.
Well, yeah, right, because no one's really that used to waking up or being awake in the middle of the night or that early in the morning. But when the time came, my alarm would set off, I think like 4:30, and then I would get up. And if you recall, we had that argument that we shared about the diaper that I put on. I felt that I was accused because you said that the diaper that you put on. Fortunately, one thing that we did look up was this sleep schedule, or rather a baby feed and sleep schedule from Babywise.
Yeah, it consists of when you feed the baby, when the baby is awake, and when the baby goes back to sleep. 7 a.m., 10 a.m., 1 p.m., 4 p.m., 7 p.m. Then she has a feed in the in-between. So that's like a 9, and then she goes to bed at 10.
So the most important thing about the Babywise sleep schedule is establishing that schedule. So that way she knows when to be up, when to feed, and then we'll go back to sleep. She's awake. And obviously, the biggest bonus really from this whole schedule sleep training, there is no longer a feeding in the middle of the night. So right now we've been able to have her, I think the longest was actually 5 hours, right?
Like 5.5.
So like between 11 o'clock and then till like 5.
Mm-hmm.
For example, we would wake her up by 7 a.m. She would feed almost immediately after that, around 7:05. Takes about 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, including burping. So by the time it's like 7:20, 7:30, this is when we actually play with her. So we put her down on the play gym, and so she's on her back doing high contrast images. And about 10 minutes to the hour, so around 7:50, we do tummy time. And then by 8 o'clock, she wakes up then by 10 o'clock. So that repeats, that whole pattern of waking, immediately feeding, staying up, playing, and then going back to sleep repeats for the day.
So with the feed awake sleep cycle, another big benefit also is being able to time certain things that either Jay or myself will do during the whole day. So that allows us to, get things done in the house, or if Jay needs to do some work, or if I need to go out, say visit my family or whatnot, it kind of helps us plan for the day.
So the goal with the sleep schedule is hopefully she'll make it to 8 hours total sleep in a night without waking up. And obviously for us, that would really help out because we're in this zombie state where we hear her and then we like get up and like put the pacifier back in. We're like, shh, shh, shh. So, we got to make sure that everyone here gets some sleep.
There have been a few items that have been helpful for me and Jay when caring for Kiran. One of which for me, I feel is very helpful is this thing called a Boppy pillow. Although you could have like a different type of pillow to help either feed your baby or to have them sit comfortably in it while you bottle feed them. So this particular type of pillow that I have kind of sits around like my waist, and then
yeah, you can wear it right now. There's no cover on it because you know, babies spit up and you gotta wash it, so it's currently being washed. So that's the pillow.
It's naked. It looks like a
oversized travel pillow.
So yeah, this is the Boppy pillow. So I would fit it around my waist like this, and I'm breastfeeding, so I would have her lie right in front, and yeah, use it just in this way. It's helpful for her, obviously, so she feels comfortable while breastfeeding. She's like at the right level, and then for me, it feels comfortable because I don't have to like carry her and then like have my shoulders be up in this like uncomfortable position. So I really like this pillow. And another helpful item that we have is a sleep machine. We actually have two. There's the Hatch as well as a stuffed toy lamb. This lamb has a music box in it that plays different types of sounds for the baby to feel comfortable and then to sleep to. So we've been using it for when Kiran takes a nap or when she goes to the doctor's appointments that are kind of stressful for her. So that kind of helps calm her down. Oh, it has birds and a whale.
The other machine, Hatch, is actually like a smart device. So that one actually connects with your phone via Bluetooth. The only downside it being Bluetooth is that one device should only be connected to it. And so it's on her phone. And it does work pretty much really great because during the night as well, we don't have to turn on the lights in the bedroom when we're checking up on her. And so the light is bright enough for us to basically find that pacifier, put it back in. So the tools that I'll talk about are basically tools that help me, not necessarily for Kiran Rey or her, but for myself. One is definitely a really high quality sleep mask. And so when I was traveling a lot during like last year, I would always bring like this silk sleep mask that I got from Amazon. It's like 15 or 18 bucks or whatever. So definitely getting a sleep mask has been super helpful because during the day, at least in the very beginning, I would take some power naps, and we don't have, blackout shades, at least then. So put it on, have my AirPods, and then fall asleep right away. Another tool that I found useful for myself is this fan, this battery powered fan, which is very important, that can be recharged via USB micro, I believe. It can clip on to things, and then obviously there's a little wheel here that you would turn on. I personally run hot, like I'm literally sweating, and even right now like sweating a little bit. And so throughout the chores or even during her feeding or if I'm washing the dishes, I'll just have this here. I don't know, it's probably the hormones or something because I'm just sweating. I also bought this kind of like future proofing just in case when we are on trips, that you can clip this onto the stroller, you can clip it onto the baby carrier, like that, and hang it, and that way, she'll be cool. Especially if the car, for example, doesn't cool right away. Just having air circulate is important. So I did get this per recommendation from a lot of baby moms and baby dads who have said that this thing has been a lifesaver just to keep the baby comfortable.
And him.
But more importantly for me. Lastly, another tool that's been useful for me is this really cool compact stool. This thing was actually featured in the other video that we did when we were hanging up Jesse Salvagal's work. Traveling for me as a cinematographer, I usually need some way to sit on set, and so this thing would actually fit in my luggage. I do have like another step stool that I would typically bring, and to be honest, that one is a little bit more stable, just because this one doesn't really have good rubber feet. So I wouldn't necessarily stand on this, as I almost fell in that video.
Shit.
The reason why that this thing has been helpful is during those zombie hours, which is what I'm calling them now, is Kiran Rey will actually fall asleep faster if she kind of like sees me or senses that I'm near her. We're short people, and the pack and play that we use is still kind of low, and so our backs are usually hurting when we're like bending over on on the crib. So I tend to just kind of sit next to her. I'll hold the pacifier because she usually like spits it out. So I'll just put my finger in on the pacifier. That way it doesn't pop out sooner. And then I just kind of let her fall asleep. And so for me, this thing has been really good just to save my back. It's variable, so you can kind of just select a height. So, you know, a little bit higher or a full length. So I don't know what the exact height is, but I'll probably flash that here. Cool. And for our place, 1 bedroom, 1 condo, being able to have pieces of gear like this that save space has been really good.
So as new parents, it's really helpful to be able to have some self-care for one another. Self-care meaning you take the time to do things that you like. Lately, I've been into sourdough bread making thanks to my coworker, Cheryl. I've been taking the time to make really good bread, delicious bread, and it's taken my mind off of, you know, like the stresses and the challenges of caring for a newborn, which is good. I feel that it's really important to do something different to kind of get renewed.
So for me, during the downtime, it hasn't really changed. Before Kiran was here, I would try to play Smash Bros. It's a video game on Nintendo Switch. I've been playing this game since the first one. I don't even know what year that came out, in Nintendo 64. So obviously every iteration I've had it. I'm pretty good. Just saying.
He's so good.
Come at me.
He has a Twitch account.
Yeah, I started a Twitch account. You know, once if I have her on a carrier, I've only done it once so far on a stream. So it's been kind of fun just to like play while she's there sleeping. And to be honest, having her now, there's literally a time limit. Sometimes I'll play like over an hour before. So now like I have a really good solid hour. It's been good. Just yeah.
Self-care is important. Don't forget it. You go crazy without it.